In Newfoundland, there's a festival called Sound Symposium every second year, and it's dedicated to exploring the possibilities of sound. It's a contemporary music festival that encompasses all styles and varieties and genres of music, from straight-ahead contemporary classical music to performance art and improvisation and all different world music, all different kinds of music. And we had this festival in mind as a great way to launch what we were doing, because what we're doing is not just premiering new pieces for the trumpet, but also finding new ways to present those pieces to audiences. Fanfare for New Theatre is a wonderful work because it's very challenging for the listener. It's very aggressive, very abrasive, very loud. It's just two trumpets attacking you with sound. But the wonderful thing about it is that it's 45 seconds long, and so it's just long enough that anybody can take that much music. It hits you like a ton of bricks, and then it's over right away. And you're just left there dazed wondering, what just happened to me? Mars from 6 Theme Solaires. It's probably one of the best pieces written for trumpet by a Canadian composer. It uses all the tricks. It has all these different trumpet effects, like it uses different mutes, and it has flutter tonguing and multiple tonguing, and all of these contemporary ideas, different ways that you can play the trumpet unexpectedly. But at the same time, you don't really notice all of that. You just hear this great, thrilling piece. The first world premiere of the concert was Sung in a Rickshaw by Gabriel Dharmoo, which is really fun and really terrifying at the same time. It's a very adventuresome piece written by a composer who went to India to study Indian classical music, Carnatic music, for a year. And he incorporated a lot of the ideas into this improvisatory piece that explored new sounds for trumpet in a new context. The other trumpet player featured on the concert was Zinatelli, and Adam and I had a bit of a joke going that Sung in a Rickshaw is a very, very technically challenging piece. It's very aggressive. It incorporates a lot of range of the instrument and a lot of different, very complicated techniques to perform. And the next piece on the program was Adam's commission, which was a sonata by William Rowson, which is a very, very lyrical, beautiful piece. And we thought it was funny that we had followed this very aggressive piece with a very simple, beautiful piece. Bill's sonata is really, in my opinion, it really holds its own against any contemporary trumpet sonata. It really holds its own against any trumpet sonata that's out there right now, compared to pieces like, famous pieces like the Kennan and the Hindemith and the Halsey-Stevens sonata. It has a lot of lyricism and it has some beautiful moments, but it also has a way of sticking together a very intuitive compositional form that makes it just a wonderful piece to hear. I've got to remember the title of this piece. I got to say it right. The third and final premiere of the concert was Clark Ross's piece, also Sprach, Sanford and Son, Alice Cooper, etc. which is I guess what we would call a mashup of. He took a whole bunch of musical events that happened in 1972, and he threw them all into a blender, and what came out was this piece. He started to put more and more of these references into this piece, and it starts off kind of amorphously or vaguely as this misty haze of also Sprach, very rhythmically loose. There's a lot of kind of scattered, fragmented motives flying around, and then it kind of coheres, and then as the piece gets rolling it builds up steam, and then suddenly you're just playing this hair guitar solo from an Alice Cooper song, and School's Out for Summer, and then it gradually breaks back down again into the ether out of which it came. 4 Sculptures by Eric Nathan. This piece was based on 4 sculptures by Derek Parker, a friend of Eric's from school. And each of the movements is based on one of these sculptures. For the 3rd movement, one of the trumpet players actually walks off stage. And when we did this concert in St. John's, it was very dramatic because there's a door that leads out from the concert hall directly into the parking lot. So we play the first 2 movements and we stop, and then Adam just gets up and leaves, walks out into the parking lot. It's very dramatic. And what he actually did was he walked around the building and he came back in the door and he hid in the antechamber to the concert hall. And the way the sound echoed, you couldn't hear where he was playing. It was just this ghostly sound echoing through the hall. And the trumpet, I remained on stage and our parts interact. It's very beautiful. You have this haunting melody coming from seemingly nowhere. We had a really exciting week at Sound Symposium. Not only was it an incredible experience to present a concert with Adam Zinatelli, one of my closest friends, and really an incredible musician, and with Kristina Szutor, a great colleague and a remarkable pianist. But it was also, for us, it felt like the beginning of something very exciting. We've had dreams of performing and presenting music ever since we were students, and now we're finally taking these ideas and making them happen.